Vladimir Putin has issued a stark warning to South Korea, saying it would be a big mistake to arm Ukraine in its ongoing conflict with Russia. This comes as Seoul considers sending weapons to Ukraine in response to a new defense pact between Russia and North Korea. Speaking in Vietnam, shortly after a high-profile visit to North Korea, where he signed a mutual defense agreement with Kim Jong-un, Putin threatened that Russia would take actions displeasing to South Korea's leaders if they proceed with arming Ukraine. He also suggested that Moscow might supply weapons to North Korea if the US and its allies continue to support Ukraine. Seoul has condemned the Russia-North Korea agreement, viewing it as a direct threat to its national security. South Korea's national security advisor, Chang Ho-jin, hinted that the country might rethink its policy on supplying arms to Ukraine. In response to Putin's comments, South Korea's presidential office announced it would explore various options for supporting Ukraine, depending on Russia's next moves. The South Korean government also summoned the Russian ambassador to protest the new pact and demanded an end to military cooperation with North Korea. While South Korea has provided humanitarian aid and military equipment to Ukraine, it has so far refrained from sending lethal weapons due to its policy of not arming countries in active conflict. However, Ukraine hopes that the closer military ties between Russia and North Korea will push Seoul to change its stance. During his visit, Kim Jong-un pledged full support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. There are reports that Russia is already deploying North Korean missiles in Ukraine. John Kirby, spokesperson for the U.S. National Security Council, expressed concern over the Russia-North Korea agreement, calling it a threat to regional peace and stability. Japan also voiced serious concerns, with government spokesman Yoshimasa Hayashi calling the pact unacceptable. Analysts warned that this new treaty could have significant global and regional repercussions. Besides North Korea potentially arming Russia, there is a risk of Russian involvement in any new conflict on the Korean peninsula. The two Koreas remain technically at war, and border tensions have been escalating recently. In a separate incident, North Korean troops briefly crossed the border on Thursday, retreating after South Korea fired warning shots. This marks the third such incident in less than 3 weeks, with the previous incidents on June 9 and 18 appearing accidental.